I think they've been lying to us about inflation for like 40, 50 years now. I saw this headline in the New York Times: inflation is declining, but here's why your groceries are still so expensive. And I'm like, yeah, they are telling us inflation is going down. The number that the media reports when they talk inflation is typically this measure, the Consumer Price Index. And it's compiled by the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. And it looks like it's been going down. I don't know, but I'm still feeling some of that inflation. Maybe you are too. So I did some digging. Turns out the government has a few resources at its disposal to manipulate the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. You don't say. You see, at first, the CPI was determined by a fixed basket of goods and services spanning 2 different time periods. But now, the new methodology takes into account changes in the quality of goods and substitution, meaning that the items in a basket of goods can actually change from year to year. For example, let's say the price of steak went up 10% over the last year. Now, instead of taking that into account, they could actually change out the steak for a much cheaper item, say ground beef, and call it a substitution. Now, do we get a say in those changes? Do we even know what changes they're making? Nope. The Bureau of Labor Statistics operates under a veil of secrecy. The raw data used to calculate the CPI is not available to the public. You mean to tell me that there's no way for us to audit this very important measure that the Fed uses to determine monetary policy? Nope, I don't think so. I guess that tracks. This following passage is from Forbes magazine. Over the past 30 years, the government has changed the way it calculates inflation more than 20 times. These methodological improvements to the CPI are said to give a more accurate measure of consumer prices. However, the changes could also be a convenient way to include or exclude certain products that give favorable low results, but there's no way to know given the lack of transparency. I don't know, am I out of bounds for thinking that based on that information, inflation can literally be